The European Commission said on Monday it would take action to protect the interests of European businesses and consumers if Donald Trump moves towards his threat to raise tariffs on aluminium and steel imports to 25%. Free trade advocates, meanwhile, believe that trade barriers would significantly harm growth.
There is a lot of interdependence. In the modern world, trade is interdependent. Many products, the varying components of such products are manufactured in different countries. As we learned during the COVID experience and the vaccine manufacturing experience, up to 50 countries were involved in different components of one vaccine, which illustrates the interdependence, the complexity of supply chains.
The three largest exporters of steel and aluminium to the US are Canada, China, and Mexico. In Europe, Germany, Italy, France, and Austria, all of whom export metals across the Atlantic, would be the most affected by any imposition of tariffs. Trump already introduced tariffs on aluminium and steel during his first term at the White House. They were then replaced with quotas under Joe Biden.
We could do as we did the last time around and retaliate on specific goods in the US. Last time we put in place tariffs on Harley-Davidson motorcycles and jeans and stuff like that. And then, of course, the EU could do as it did on steel back then and impose a safeguard action, which is a tariff wall in the EU in general to protect EU producers. That is still in place since we imposed it in 2019, and it will run until 2026.
These measurements could also potentially be counterproductive for the US.
The impact for the United States is precisely the opposite of what Trump promised, which is to bring down inflation, to improve the economy. And I think what Europeans need to bear in mind is that Trump is not immune to political gravity.
Another possibility is that Donald Trump could also use tariff threats in order to gain leverage, pushing EU member states towards increasing their defense spending or reducing regulation of the technology sector.